So guys, welcome to part 2 review of Athlean X's review of the best and worst exercises to developing your back. And the criteria for that, in case you missed part 1 of the video, is related to our ability to progressive overload it, challenging us and helping build strength over time, making sure that we have the capacity to have hypertrophy of the muscles of the back, which is to say muscular growth, and also the safety concern. Those are the 3 criteria that he mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you didn't get to see part 1, go ahead and click the link above and that'll take you back to part 1 of the video. If you have watched that, here we go. Let's roll into part number 2. So guys, real quick before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll continue to make videos and review different things in the fitness community that you are interested in. As someone that has been working in the fitness industry for 10 years and trying out a lot of the different aspects of fitness when it comes to how we train, I really think I have a good idea of some of the BS versus some of the really impactful, powerful things that we can do to help us have fun, make progress, and stay consistent. So don't forget to subscribe, and if you do have something that you'd like me to review, go ahead and comment it below. So here we go, the 2 best exercises for developing the back in regards to progressive overload and also for hypertrophy. And these obviously 2 exercises that he picked are, in his opinion, not a safety concern. Let's dive in. There were 2 at the top of the list for Athlean X, and that was the traditional barbell bent over row and the weighted pull-up. And if we can't do it weighted, then just the traditional pull-up. I think these exercises are great. One is something that people can start to go a little bit heavier on, such as the barbell bent over row, and then the body weight strength, being able to add weight if we need in the strict pull-up and the strict weighted pull-up, I think is fantastic. The ability to build that body weight strength and to challenge us, and to have the barbell bent over row to either increase the load or stay lighter and do a lot of reps, which would really hit that aspect of hypertrophy. When it comes to anything else related to these 2 exercises, it really can just get into the nitty-gritty and the semantics of it, such as if we're really talking about progressive overloading and strength, I would have moved the deadlift higher up for building the backside of the body over something like a bent over row. And again, that might be just specific to the individual. If I am a power lifter, maybe it's a mixture of a deadlift and a bent over row that's gonna make a really big difference. Obviously, when it comes to safety, it's really too hard to say that this exercise is more or less dangerous when it comes to maybe these really specific ones. Again, if I were to go with the barbell deadlift, for example, well, if someone's doing it right, that's totally safe. And if someone's doing the bent over row incorrectly, maybe they're rounding and moving their spine, then that becomes an unsafe exercise, especially since the barbell is staying off the ground the whole time. But I mean, who's to say someone that is doing it correctly, as long as they feel the right muscles, in my opinion, when we're talking about feeling your damn muscles, it's all about what you feel as you move. And if you feel the right muscles as you're moving, then it's likely that you're going to be fine and it's not going to be a safety concern. So let's talk a little bit about the weighted pull-up. The weighted pull-up is a great exercise, whether it's going to be weighted or we take the weight away and just make it a traditional regular pull-up. For developing strength and hypertrophy, I think it's fantastic. You can change the grip, you can go wide, you can go narrow, turn the palms around, and you can really utilize this pull-up in a bunch of different ways. And I love the aspect of more people hanging. So I really do think that this is a winner at the top of the exercise. And if I had to pick between the bent over row versus the pull-up, I'd pick the pull-up just because of the ability for us to alter it, change it up, and the aspect of hanging, which not enough people include into their fitness routine. Hanging is going to be something that has tremendous benefits to your shoulder over time, and it's easily modifiable because similar with the pull-up, we can add a band, we can have our feet on the ground, such as they are elevated on the box, and we're using our foot assistance, or we can just change it to something like a ring row, and all of a sudden it's still a similar based exercise, but now it's on rings and it's a little bit easier for us to move. So the versatility of the pull-up is something that I was really glad to see being picked for why this is a top back building exercise, and why I would say, even though he did select both the pull-up and the bent over row, for me personally, just the pull-up wins and edges out just a little bit because of that versatility and the hanging aspect that can really provide a wonderful healing aspect for our shoulders. So what do you think is the best exercise for developing your back in the sense of both hypertrophy and also for developing strength? Do you agree with his 2 top choices in the sense of the strict weighted pull-up or non-weighted pull-up and the bent over barbell row? Go ahead and comment that below. If you're looking to continue to improve how you move and you like the idea of focusing on what you feel as you move and letting that be your guide as you're training, go ahead and follow this playlist I have here of over 100 exercises where I'm teaching you how to find the right muscle while doing some traditional and untraditional exercises that are really going to help you benefit to gain strength, to gain control in your range of motion, that is to say, to improve your mobility, and to continue to move pain-free and do what you love pain-free. That is the point for a lot of my exercises, where at first most people come to them to help them move pain-free, but also I do believe that they can help with your performance as well, regardless of what your aspect is. Working in the fitness industry myself, I work with people that specifically have injuries or are competitive athletes. So a lot of times when people first come to me, it begins with an injury and then progresses into improving their performance, whatever that is to them, whether it's a yogi that I'm working with up to a hockey or volleyball player. So again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow that playlist with over 100 exercises just for you to help you learn how to feel your damn muscles. And again, if there's anything else that you guys would like me to review, go ahead and comment below.